Not everybody likes farts.
Well, everybody likes
secretly,
farts. Not everybody will admit it.
It's this the hidden desire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Many people, maybe most people, are secret fart lovers.
Always speaking slowly, understand what we say. Just a couple of teachers.
Rich.
Yes, sir.
Rich and
Here we go.
That's all good.
Speaking kind of slow. Trying to make you laugh with a super silly show. Making funny jokes using words that you know. Rich and babe with a reggae flow. English conversation, that is our creation. Listen to the program for mental masturbation. Yeah. Hear me now. Brr, 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 brr.
Oh, that's a teacher, dog. Oh, that's a teacher.
all right, we are rolling.
Yes.
Hello, Big Rich.
Hello to you too.
Back to the daytime.
Yeah, it feels nice. The walk here was great.
Yeah, you're getting used to the route.
Yeah, only made one small mistake this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trial and error.
A little bit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you started to notice people in your neighborhood like before you had the mysterious couple? Are you starting to get to know Mr. Tanaka who walks his dog and, the various characters of your neighborhood?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm a bit disappointed about that. Haven't noticed any people yet in my neighborhood. No.
I'm sure they've noticed you.
I am sure they have.
Oops. Sorry.
Ooh.
There we go. My buttons are all mixed up.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Well, as you know, I just came back from a big trip to Tokyo.
Right.
On the first day, Yoshi and I did an event, a live show, a drinking party.
Right.
So I had a lot of stuff planned
Okay.
using my mixer.
Right.
I changed all the buttons. And then the second day, we went to an event called the Podcast Weekend.
Oh, cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was like a festival for podcasts.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like podcasters or...
For podcasters, yeah.
Okay.
So we got a tent.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then we were just standing there
Right.
and waiting for people to come and talk to us. I had a little teacher talk QR code.
Right. Right.
So people could come and, hey, what's this? And check out our
Right.
podcast.
That's cool.
But mainly it was for Yoshi and I. I was there with Yoshi.
Right.
And I was selling goods.
Okay.
Tote bags.
Of course. That's what you would do, of course.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
And beer holders.
Yeah. The beer holders are cool.
Available now. 55freebird.com.
I recommend the beer holders. They're cool.
Thank you,
Yes.
Rich. They
Really,
are
they're
cool.
They're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are available on my website.
Cool. What would be an interesting or funny thing you talked about or question you fielded?
Well, I came up with an interesting sales strategy.
Ooh. Ooh. That was an ooh. That was a genuine
That was
ooh.
a genuine ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait till you hear the strategy, Rich.
I'm excited.
You're going to love it.
My mind is going to explode.
Well, I brought my mixer.
Uh-huh.
I had it hooked up to a speaker.
Sounds normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, people notice this machine
Sure.
because it has these glowing buttons.
Yeah, the colorful lights. I can
various,
see it now.
various colors. And when someone kind of started coming and looking at my goods,
Yeah.
I would tell them, today is special prices. Check out the T-shirts. Check out and I told them, if they buy any item,
Uh-huh.
then I'll let them
Ooh,
push the fart button.
that's awesome.
Now, regular listeners, they know. Ooh, the fart button.
You just did an ooh.
I did. So, they were very eager to push the button.
Right.
And I was able to sell goods to some of our regular listeners. Thank you very much, guys.
Okay, so listeners could also go as well as podcasters, and it was just a huge event.
Yeah, the people with the booths are the podcasters,
Right,
and then the listeners are coming and checking out all their favorite podcasts and meeting
Cool.
the podcasters, etc.
Cool. What would be other podcasts that were there? Like just a huge variety of podcasts?
A huge variety.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, the strategy was very good for our listeners.
Oh, good.
But it didn't always go well with people who don't know me.
Right.
Well,
Well,
I really had to try to sell the fart.
Right. That's a tough one.
Yeah,
not everybody likes farts.
Well, everybody
Wow.
likes
Secretly.
farts. Not everybody will admit it.
It's this the hidden desire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Many people, maybe most people, are secret fart lovers. Anyway, I had to, tell them, like, if you push this button, you will hear the greatest fart in the world.
Didn't you used to have like the longest fart?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's too long.
It's
I
too
don't.
long.
I didn't have so much time.
Right.
So I told these people who don't know me, I said, I've spent years searching for the perfect fart. And finally, I've got it here in this machine. All you have to do is push this button, and your life will change forever.
Interesting sales strategy for sure.
Right?
Unique.
Right?
Yes.
And they were like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
A fart? I don't know. And I would tell them, all you have to do is buy any of these goods,
Right.
and you
Ooh,
can push this button.
you get the fart. You get the prestige.
Yes, and perhaps sometimes I was a little bit too pushy.
Uh-oh.
Maybe they said, no thank you.
Right.
Strange fart man. But a few people who have never heard the podcast ended up buying goods just to hear
the fart.
the perfect
That's
fart.
that's interesting. Yeah.
I would say my success rate was around 10%.
All right, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spent the whole day doing that, and I think I kind of wore out my voice.
Oh no. Well, yeah, I mean that's to be expected, right? Like you're there to talk and
All day long.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Could you generalize what kinds of people were there?
All kinds of people.
Yeah.
There were people who came specifically for the festival,
Right.
and then there were other people just kind of passing by.
Okay.
It didn't cost money to
Enter.
go there.
Oh, so it could just be like, oh, check that out kind of thing.
Yeah, there were people who looked very kind of like confused, like, what is a podcast?
Yeah.
What is what's going on?
That's kind of what I was driving at because podcasts are not exactly well known.
Rich, I used your ooh a lot.
I was going to say, where's my royalties?
Yeah. When people started to look at my goods,
Yeah.
I would go,
Ooh. Ooh.
yeah. Or sometimes I would continue pressing the button.
Ooh. 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 Ah. Ooh. The various oohs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
nice.
it would get them thinking like, ooh, look at these goods. Ooh, very nice goods.
That's cool.
Also, I just felt a little bit awkward.
Right.
You're standing there
Right.
trying to sell these goods that you made and promote your podcast
Right.
and feel a little embarrassed, a little
Right.
awkward. So I used the ooze and some music and the farts to, lighten the mood.
No, that's perfect. That's exactly what you have to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you did it right.
I did what I could.
And it's all about advertising. Now people know the podcast, and
I hope so.
if they see it again on one of their internet feeds, they'll be like, "Oh, I met
that guy."
That guy.
Yeah.
That's cool."
Yeah.
Or it could be a talking point in a conversation.
Yeah, hopefully, the best way to spread your podcast is to just do a good podcast.
Yeah.
And hopefully people tell their friends.
Right. Oh, well, we do. I mean, we constantly are recommending podcasts
to
and
each other.
whatnot, right? So,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Even if,
Although that's a bit of a problem for Teacher Talk.
why is that?
Well, because we're a little dirty sometimes.
Yes.
So many people have told me, like, I love Teacher Talk, but it's my secret.
Right.
I don't want to tell people because then they'll know I'm a dirty dog.
Don't worry. It's all for fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, after this event, I went and saw our old friend,
Which one? There's a few, I think, who live in
Chris.
Chris. Okay.
Who has been a guest on this show.
Has he?
Yep,
Okay.
remotely.
Right.
He talked about baking sourdough.
Ooh, that's famous in San Francisco as well.
Sourdough?
Yeah, sourdough bread is one of the kind of popular foods.
Well, I was very impressed.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because he baked me a loaf of sourdough.
Nice.
I brought it home,
Oh, good.
and it is some of the best sourdough I've ever tried.
Oh, nice.
So maybe if you want, I'll give you a couple slices.
Would love it because it is famous in San Francisco.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
miss sourdough?
I don't exactly miss it. I would say in general, I miss good bread
Right.
or a variety of grains or
Not
whatnot.
much variety
Yeah.
in Japan.
Yeah.
In Japan, they really love plain white bread.
Yeah, just a white bread.
Which for us is very boring.
Mm.
The Japanese love simple things, right?
Yes.
They want the white bread to be just perfect and soft and
Right.
fluffy.
Right.
Whereas maybe we prefer more hearty, healthy
Yeah.
breads like.
Rye or whatnot.
And the sourdough Chris baked me is part rye.
Ooh, that's very nice. I definitely want to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, sourdough sometimes is quite sour,
Yes.
but it's not so sour.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So it's a very gentle flavor. And I was very impressed
Yeah. That's
with
good.
Chris's bread baking skills.
I've made it before.
Sourdough?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, you just I don't remember exactly. This is like high school days, but it's sour because you let it set for days in the refrigerator.
Well, yes, it's sour because
It ferments, I guess.
well, you don't use yeast.
Yeah. Yeah.
You make your own bacteria.
Right.
It's called a starter.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to make the starter, and it's very simple. It's just water and flour.
Right.
But you have to keep it at the right temperature. I
Right.
guess.
Right. And it ferments and then you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because bread is kind of alive.
Yes.
Strangely.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
It's bacteria in there.
The yeast
That's why
and
it
the
gets
bacteria.
fluffy or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's cool.
fantastic sourdough. Big thank you to our friend Chris.
Well, good. Good. How's he doing? Good.
He's doing great.
Great.
And he lives in this really cool place
He lived in a cool place the last time he was here as well.
in Sendai.
Yeah.
Way cooler.
Way cooler.
Way cooler.
Nice.
So his friend owns the building,
Oh, okay.
and he's got 1, 2, 3, like 4 floors.
Okay.
And the top
Uh-huh.
is a rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
Big, huge, open rooftop space.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. You got lucky.
And it's in Saitama.
Okay.
Maybe 20 or 30 minutes, about 20 minutes from Ikebukuro.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe in the future, I want to do like some kind of, rooftop barbecue party.
That would be very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe open it up to listeners to join.
That would be very cool. Yeah.
And Chris is always happy to meet new people. So he said, yeah, that sounds great.
Cool.
Let's do it.
I used to live in that direction.
Saitama, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, because the station I would go to would be Ikebukuro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ikebukuro is
Yeah.
kind of like the hub for Saitama.
Saitama. Yeah.
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 Oh, what was the area you
I lived in a city called Kawagoe.
Kamagoe.
Yeah. Is that
I
where
was
you live?
just there yesterday.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
No way. Yeah, that's where I live.
Well, I did get out of town.
You did.
Came back to Sendai.
Yeah. That's where I lived.
I just transferred there. He lives in an area called Shiki.
Is it like past Kawagoe?
It's one train to Kawagoe.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to Kawagoe and then transferred to Omiya.
Wow. Oh yeah. I've been there. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Anyway, I thought that might be cool one day.
That
we'll
would be
have
cool.
a big teacher talk rooftop barbecue party.
In Saitama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody likes barbecues.
We went out drinking. Another reason why probably my
It's a little crackly.
voice is a little worn out.
It's a little crackly.
Yeah. All day at the podcast festival, selling fart and goods,
Quite naturally.
of course,
Of course.
as you do. And then we went drinking in Saitama, and Chris's friend showed up
Oh.
late at night,
Oh, that's cool.
around midnight,
Oh, that's late.
and this guy had all these kind of ancient weapons.
What?
Yeah, he had just come from Kyoto,
Uh-huh.
and he likes to collect antiques,
Uh-huh.
and I guess he sells some of them.
Sure.
And he had like these weird like hooks. Maybe they're for farming, but they looked very dangerous.
Right.
And he had like this big saw.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just carrying him around at
Just
midnight.
look what all the stuff I got in Kyoto.
Right.
Like he was on his way home from Kyoto.
Oh, okay.
And we were in the bar,
That's weird.
and he took the bubble wrap off and showed everyone, "Hi-ya, hi-ya."
Cool.
And we were like, "Whoa, all right,
Oh.
careful. That thing looks very dangerous."
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Had a late night and then a nice sourdough morning.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
That's very, very, very nice. Yeah.
Anyway, how was your long weekend?
Oh, my long weekend was great. What the heck did I do? Well, I mean, of course I worked. Actually, I worked. Recently, I've had Sundays off, but I've been working the last few Sundays.
So you work Sundays if they ask you.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And what the heck did I do last night? Or not last night, yesterday. We went to a really old temple here in Sendai. It's called Rinoji.
Rinoji.
It's near actually Ben's house.
Temple, meaning a Buddhist temple.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a beautiful garden that you have to pay like 300 yen to get into.
Ooh.
There's a beautiful pagoda and a pond.
A pagoda.
Yeah.
That's like an outdoor little house kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's open.
Yes.
But it has a roof.
Yes.
So it's like a place where you can rest in the shade.
Yes.
A pagoda.
Yeah. And we went because we wanted to see the fall leaves, and we knew there would be like the
right.
maples and things there.
The leaves are changing.
Yes.
Was it beautiful?
It was quite beautiful. We had a great time.
Did you hold hands
We
with your wife?
always hold hands.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cute.
Yeah. yeah, it was very nice. And then we just kind of went on a little walk to my old neighborhood near Kita Sendai, where I used to live a couple months ago. And then there's a cool shop where we had an Italian beer because that's what they sell.
An Italian beer.
Yeah,
Nostra Azul.
something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Like that.
And then we just cruised on back to the city. And then we decided to go out for dinner. And last week, we also went out and she suggested a very local hormone shop. But we didn't go last week, so we went this week.
Hormone.
Yes.
Again.
Yeah,
Did you order,
lots.
I don't know, something new and disgusting?
No. And actually, it was also some yakiniku. So we had some beef and hormone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a very local place, and apparently I learned something that the restaurant was designed to be an old style hot spring, and my wife told me that in the past, many apartments didn't have shower or bath, and so people would like a couple times a week go to
A bathhouse.
yeah, and she said there's a difference between, sorry listeners, but sento and public bath.
Oh.
Yeah, and so then she
Wait, Sento isn't that a public bath?
that's what I was asking her as well, and she's like, no, sento's more like not a public bath because it's nicer.
Huh.
And then she goes, yeah, there's a public bath in Kokubunja. I was like, what are you talking about? So she showed it to me.
Yeah.
And it was like this place where it's like 300 yen to get in. And she's like, yeah, like this is where like homeless people go.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. It was on Bansui near the Rose Garden.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just interesting. She was willing to go in, but I was like, I don't really need to take a bath at the cheapest
No thanks.
bathhouse.
So public baths are the kind of cheap version?
Yeah. And it was very cheap. Like we went into the building and it was like
A couple dollars, 300 yen.
Yeah. A couple of people came out that were like quite normal. So I didn't get to understand the exact vibe of it, but the way she was explaining it to me was like, this is where
So you're saying she was telling you about how apartment buildings
yeah,
before
Yeah.
there would be just a room
right.
and then there's some kind of public bath or sento
Yeah.
in the basement or
In the neighborhood. Because I was asking her all these things. I was like, well, these must have been everywhere. She's like, yes, they were everywhere.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I remember one of my coworkers in Osaka lived with her mother
Yeah.
and they didn't have a shower.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had a bath, like,
Nothing.
and I guess her mother really didn't want to move.
Right.
So they just continued living in their old place and they would just use the
Seeing.
public bath, which is right around the corner.
Right. And then I asked her, my wife, like, what? Like, you would just go to the public bath every day? Like, that's expensive. And she goes, no, you would like take a sponge bath for 2 days and then go to the public bath like twice a week.
Oh, so you wash yourself at home.
Yeah. Just in the sink, like a cloth. Or
Okay, like kind of like after the earthquake
Right. Exactly.
in
Exactly.
2011.
Yeah.
We would heat up water with a
Right.
electric kettle,
Right.
and then just have to wash our bodies.
Yeah.
That lasted for 3 months.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
And
It was
then
3 months before I got gas
really,
in my apartment. Yeah.
I was a month.
So I was washing myself.
Right.
Ah,
Right.
so cold. Ah. Yeah. Well, anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.